Hello, 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 hello again. You know, I've been saying that I am going to bring this message. Um, it's about prevention, fire safety, actually, and it's been a little while. I'm so sorry, but anyway, since November, I've been saying I was going to do this, but I deem it necessary because we're in the winter season. And during the winter season, there are those who use space heaters, there are those who use candles, you know. And so, just a precaution, just to ensure your safety. I don't know about you, but I discovered a couple of things. But one of the things is, and I'm sure we all know this, is that our space heaters should be 3 feet from everything, right? It should not be next to anything. And we should have those space heaters that, if they fall over, they'll turn off. Because if not, and if you have carpet or you have a rug or it falls on clothing or shoes or something, that it can catch on fire. Good morning, Jeanette. Good morning, Reverend Love. Yeah, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yes, so that's, because we know that sometimes you may live in a building or you may live in your own home, and the cost of heating can be costly. And sometimes, in the buildings, the superintendents do not put up enough heat, and so people want to stay warm. So that is one of the things to ensure that the space heater is free, 3 feet all around, free from anything. The other thing is never go to sleep with the heater on. So it's best to heat up your room before you go to bed, and after you snuggle up, come on, put on all the little footsies, whatever it is you have to, your robes, whatever, and just duck under your comforters. But never leave your heater on. And I'm going to get into something else. Also, do not um, plug, overload the power strips. And do not plug heaters. Here's a rule of thumb. If it's something to cool down your home or it's something to heat up your home, never plug it into a power strip. Plug it directly into the socket because it uses up a lot of power and it can cause the power strip to overheat and combust. So that's one thing. Also, for power strips or extension cords, did you know? Now, I don't know about you. This I learned recently that extension cords are actually sweet. So if you have pets, a lot of times your pet will chew on the cord because it's something in it is sweet. So they'll chew on it. And if they chew on it, that can cause the wires to be exposed, which can cause a fire. So that's something to be aware of. Now, if you have a fire in your kitchen, especially a grease fire, make sure, we should always have extinguisher, but if you don't have extinguisher, guess what? Baking soda is a cheap and effective way of helping to calm the fire down. Never, ever, ever pour water on a grease fire. Just sprinkle the baking soda and then cover the pot. If you see the fire is going out, make sure that you cover it, right? Do not open it back up because oxygen fuels flames. And if you see that the fire isn't going out, it literally takes seconds. So call 911, right? If you do have a fire extinguisher, um, you remember to pull the pin, aim at the base of the fire, the base, not at the top. Aim at the base, wherever the fire originates from. Aim there, and then sweep it over the fire, right? So PASS is the acronym. And to remember that every 30 seconds, a fire will get bigger. So if it's not down, if it's not extinguished within 30 seconds, get out, call the call 911. The other thing is now, we know that if there's a gas leak, gas smells like rotten eggs. If you smell gas anywhere in your building, your home, your neighborhood, dial 911, and always make sure that if it's in coming from your building, that you're no longer in the building at the time. And now here is something that I did not know. Now, I knew one part of it, another part of it I didn't know. I don't know about you, but I learned this on November 22nd of this year. When we fall asleep, now the captain, the fire captain was the one who was giving the information, and he said that we should never fall asleep charging our equipments, our phones, our computers, our laptops, our devices. We like to charge them sleeping, don't we? Because of course that's when you're not on it and you want it to be fully charged in the morning when you get up. But it's best if while you're late night, whatever you're doing, charge them then while you're on it so that you plug it out when you go to bed. Because here's what I learned. Our nose goes to sleep when we go to sleep. Our ears, however, are alert. This I know because I've learned, I learned this, well, I was taking a medical course and I learned your ears. That's why they say even people who are in comas never speak negative things around them, when they're there because they are still hearing. The thing is, when we sleep, our hearing is alert, but our nostrils go to sleep with us. So if there's a fire, this is why we ought to have a fire and carbon monoxide um, device, right, outside of our rooms, because if there's a fire, and smoke, usually he says smoke is the killer. Smoke usually gets to people first. So, but when you have the smoke detector, the carbon monoxide detector, it'll go off. And the beeps that it gives off, we hear. And that's what alerts us. And if you notice, it's really true. A lot of times it's not so much I mean, it has to be intense for us to really wake up. So, those are just some things that I wanted us to be aware of during this winter season. And as we celebrate, and sometimes, we have more family members coming over, things get a lot more crowded. And if we're using space heaters, just make sure that they're not um, close to anything, not close to air beds or air mattresses or whatever it is, that is being utilized. The other thing is that, did you know? So this is the other thing. Every time we turn on our stoves, it gives off carbon monoxide. Every time we turn on our heaters, it gives off carbon monoxide. And one of the things he suggested, but I usually keep my windows cracked all year round anyway. But a lot of times, folks, we like to, if it's cold, we want to close the windows. Um, I don't know. I just keep mine open. I have to have some cool air coming in. But it emits, our stoves and our heaters emits carbon monoxide. It's just that it's in low increment. But if you are locked in a room and it has um, no open spaces, no windows to that room, and you lock the door, that is never a good thing to do. So just little nuggets for us to be aware of, so that we can be safe and to know. Also, if you're going on vacation or you're going to go to friends or family members, also it's best to know, find out, what is the situation there. You may want to invest and stay at a hotel, you know, um, to know if the hotel, um, is it a fire safety building that you're going into or not. and just be cognizant, he said. The other thing is that if you need a carbon monoxide or a smoke detector, you can call the Red Cross. That's 877 Red Cross, or 877-733-2767. That's 877-733-2767, or 877 Red Cross. They will find out, even if you own your own home, they will come and install them free of cost. And they will give you the number of, the fire chief said that some people have had up to 7 installed in their homes. So it is always good to have, if you don't have one, to get one, because, it's just safe. You have heaters in the boilers and the boiler rooms and things of that nature. So that's just good to know. So that's just some of the things I learned, and I just wanted to share that with you. As I said, I did not know that the extension cords were sweet for pets. I didn't know that. I didn't know that our nose go to sleep, and I did not know that every time I turn on my stove, or if you have I'm not using a heater, but I've used heaters in the past, because sometimes when we don't get heat early enough. But just to know, but I'm thankful that I've always had our windows cracked. And in many cases, it was not even just cracked; it was like open. But yeah. And as I talk about open windows, and cracking your windows, I'm not sure if you're aware, but there's a gang. If you live in Brooklyn, there's a group of guys that are going around, and they're breaking into homes. They're climbing in through windows, and what they're stealing is your wallet and your car keys. Then they drive your car away, and you know the rest. If they have your wallet, you can figure it out. There's that ring going around right now, and that's the kind of burglary that is going on. And they usually break into homes while people are sleeping, believe it or not, your home, of course, because you need to be home for them to get your wallets. You need to be home for them to have your car keys so that they can drive your vehicle away. So that is something that is not just Brooklyn, it's also happening in Queens as well. So if you're in the Brooklyn, Queens area, any of these areas, make sure you're locking your windows at nights, and just be safe. So have a blessed and a wonderful day, and be safe, and know that we're here loving on each other, caring for each other, right? Because together we make, you can finish that sentence. All right. Love you guys.